Hey YouTube, this is Ben Yessel. So you're seeing me double chin again. How's it going? So I'm getting healthier all the time. Yeah. So I want to talk about a few things maybe today. A few things. It's true that I've listened to a lot of nutritionists, and they all sound very convincing. At least the ones that I've listened to a bit more. I'm trying to get more of a consensus as to what is scientifically true about most especially longevity and overall health and fitness and that sort of thing. So I want to talk about something in particular here, which is it's tricky, but I think I know what's going on. Right now we're seeing, well, I went to QFC, which is not, QFC is like a middling price store. It's not one of the cheaper ones, and it's not one of the most expensive ones. And they had a buy one get one free sale, by the way, for meat and stuff. So that was great. Some people talk about more the carnivore arena. These different qualities of animal proteins. Well, I mean, as far as, I don't know, amino acid profiles and stuff, but they're all complete proteins. All animal proteins have all amino acids, and we're often told to have less of them anyway, because they might contribute to cancer. But if we're eating a lot of produce, it tends to negate that. So that's some of the current thinking. But there's been a lot of folks advocating eating more beef and game meats as well, and lamb. So all that, super red meat stuff. Pork is kind of often considered whatever. It's fine.
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 182 for I-405 south toward Bellevue, Renton.
I'm going to a student's house. So, but then, of course, there's poultry and fish and eggs and stuff. I'm just, it occurs to me, I've been trying to, I'm doing Kiani supplements. That was a little pricey. I'm not doing them, I'm not going to be buying them for quite a while. Probably until May or something like that. It might be a while. I don't buy it. I mean, that's a double meaning. I don't buy that you have to be eating beef and lamb and great game meats and stuff to get high quality protein. If fish, and fish is a little pricey. I haven't bought fish for a while. I have still some fish I haven't eaten. I haven't had fish for a while, really, other than sushi a little bit. But if someone were to only eat, as far as their animal proteins, and some people don't even eat animal proteins, if someone were to only eat eggs and some chicken and stuff like that, I would think that would be just fine. My brother Andrew.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 182 for I-405 south toward Bellevue, Renton. It's very chatty. I apologize. A lot of times I don't think I even need to put this thing on until right before I get to student's house. So sorry about that. So my brother Andrew has talked before about how really it's just use the right 2 lanes to take exit 182.
I need to stop doing that in Google stuff. He talked about just chicken and salmon. All he wanted, other than vegetables. So some patients he only wanted them to be eating chicken, salmon, broccoli, and spinach. Those 4 foods, really. That's it. Or something. I'm sure dark greens are fine. Whatever. for the folks that have a real issue with, really, really bad issue with blood sugar and stuff. So, but I mean, you could add in eggs very easily there. Yeah, you don't need red meat. It's kind of it's more of a satisfying kind of thing. So I got plenty of red meat. It looked tasty. See, the thing is about red meat is that you do want to get it from healthy animals, but taste-wise, it's most important to get it fresh. If you get something that's close to expiring, it's not going to be quite as good. Just period. And so, I mean, I have some skirt steaks in my freezer, deep freezer, that there's a few of them that, because they're pretty old. I mean, they're still frozen. They're still fine to eat, but they've gotten brown in color. And so I'm like, I'm gonna share them, whatever. But I mean, that's the way meat is. Meat tastes best when it's fresh. When you go to a restaurant, there's a good chance you're going to buy meat, along with whatever else you're eating. The main course is probably going to be some kind of meat. I'd be surprised. I mean, sometimes it's fish. Sometimes you get fish. If someone gets chicken as their main in a restaurant, it's like, oh, okay, maybe you must have good chicken. I don't know, chicken. I don't know. But there's all kinds of ways to make your chicken tasty. But so. No, but it's just that a lot of the taste of the meat, the quality of the meat, the taste of it comes from how fresh it is, and also the marbling, and also, I mean, like the cooks know precisely how to cook it, so that it traps all the juices, and it's precisely cooked to the point that the customer wants it to be cooked, for like steaks and stuff, whatever. And but yeah, it's kind of like I think red meat in its place is fine. Some people like Dr. Berry are talking about red meat all the time. I mean, all animal proteins, but it's, I mean, yeah, eat more bacon, eat more sausage, eat more pork and beef, lamb, red meats. The more the merrier. Don't eat the other stuff. That's Dr. Ken Berry. He's not a bad person, but I've never really... No, I've never... No. Yeah. It's... I mean, we all know Jordan Peterson went on a carnivore diet a while back. He didn't want anybody else to do that. He did that because I guess he wanted to lower his blood sugar or something. I don't know. And meat is pretty nutritious. Albeit it's well, anyway. So, but it's got a lot of the main stuff you need, a lot of minerals and things. I would think that you would be carnivores talk about how you can get enough vitamins from raw meat, which is insane. And I would never do that. And then organ meats and stuff. No, the organ meats are nasty. I mean, no, I don't want to eat organ meats. Talking about beef especially, no way. Have you guys had beef? Have you had beef liver before? That stuff is not appetizing in the slightest. It's said to be the healthiest food in existence because it has literally everything that you need. Literally everything. But it's beef liver. It has all... I don't know what's in beef liver. It's not only does it have every nutrient, it has everything else. I don't know. I don't know. Trace amounts of whatever crazy stuff is in the soil or whatever. So anyway. So a lot of us right now in the United States, it's throughout the world, we can't... If we buy beef, it's increasingly more of a special occasion kind of thing, unless you're very, very wealthy, or you're buying cheaper beef. It's not something that we can subsist on anymore, again, unless we're just buying ground beef for the cheaper stuff. We're mixing it with pork and we're mixing it with cheaper whatever meats,
In 2 miles, take exit 23A for Washington 522 East toward US 2, Woodinville.
Sorry. So, as part of the nature of this video, I'm not sure. Vegans save a ton of money. It's true. I just wonder if they're. You always wonder, right? But they're eating less, I think, in general, which is good. But this whole, I don't buy that the chicken and the pork are the not good proteins because they're not whatever. They're not like red meat. That's just ridiculous. If you're eating a lot of healthy plant foods, who gives a crap about whatever else is in red meat that is harder to come by? Yeah. If you eat salmon and eggs and or other fish, you're fine. Even if you eat a little bit of fish. There's a question of how much zinc do we need? How many other minerals that are in red meats? We need as much as we need, and we don't need any more than we need. If there actually is malnutrition going on, I would tend to think it would be more in the form of not getting enough bioflavonoids. So, like produce. Americans, particularly, we should have no problem.
In a quarter mile, take exit 23A for Washington 522 East toward US 2, Woodinville.
We should have no problem getting enough protein. In fact, we get more animal protein than almost anybody else. Argentina might have us beat. I don't know. Australia maybe. Lamb or whatever down there. New Zealand. But it's just, most of the rest of the world is eating rice and beans. So it makes no sense to me at all what some hardcore carnivore guys are talking about.
Take exit 23A, then keep left at the fork.
More talking. So both Ken Berry and Sean Baker are fine people, but I'm never gonna be a carnivore. I'm never gonna be a vegan, and I'm never gonna be a carnivore. Two things that are never gonna happen. There's a lot of other things I will be, but not those things.
Keep left at the fork.
I'm not even gonna be a vegetarian. I don't think it's necessary to cut out poultry. My doctor would have to tell me, you're cutting out poultry. But, there's no point. Chicken is absolutely fine for you. So anyway, whatever, turkey and stuff. So just a few other things before I wrap up this video. Right now, just for the next month or so, I am definitely...
Continue on Washington 522 East for 1 mile.
You think that Google would assume that people are more intelligent than... I don't know. Anyway, if it's the first time that someone's been somewhere, then this stuff helps. If it's just kind of making sure they're making somewhere on time, it's a different story. So I just... Google. No, I went pretty heavy on pork this shopping trip. Of course, it's gonna be for a whole month. When I buy meat and stuff, it's great to be able to put it in a deep freezer and just have lots of room in there. So pork, oranges, apples, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, carrots and celery, some pomegranates and grapes.
In half a mile, take the northeast 195th Street exit toward Duval.
It just never ends. I'm sorry, guys. So, where was I? Yeah, a little bit of eggs.
Take the northeast 195th Street exit, then turn right onto northeast 195th Street.
Not a whole lot of chicken. So a little more meat. And I have some salmon still from earlier on. And then, what am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, of course, a lot of...
Turn right onto northeast 195th Street.
So, then I'm going to need a lot of pistachios and cashews and sunflower seeds.
Continue for 5 miles.
And pumpkin seeds. I hope I sorry about all this stuff. Okay. I am a busy person. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do things. So yeah, what I'm eating right now is basically pistachios, cashews, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, apples, oranges, pomegranates, grapes, grapefruit a little bit, fair amount of pork with medium amounts of chicken and beef, and some salmon and some eggs, and a little bit of olive oil, cook. And of course, I have tons of herbs and spices and stuff, and collard greens and Swiss chard and spinach a little bit too. Yeah, so it's nothing too much out of the ordinary. I think it's just my main thing is, I just can't eat beef. I'm increasingly finding probably in the future I won't be buying beef as much. That's just the name of the game. It's just, I can always try getting cheaper cuts. And the beef wasn't even the worst thing I saw today, in fact. The worst prices I saw is this at QFC for organic romaine lettuce. It was like $4 for a bunch. That was more than PCC, I think, or it was the same price as PCC for romaine lettuce that's organic. And this is lettuce, for crying out loud. Lettuce. Jeez. Really, it's insane. I don't like lettuce that much. I'll get my veggies that are healthy in other areas. Still, I think there's all the lettuces and things. If you're looking at plant families, by the way, if you're eating sunflower seeds, you're already eating from the Asteraceae family anyway. So if we're talking about similar nutrients among different plant families, and sunflower seeds are different than lettuce, of course, but it's I don't know. That's my train of thought, is that plant families, if you eat from a variety of plant families, you're getting a good nutrition. All right. What else should I mention in this video? Yeah. So Dr. Joel Furman mentioned that he thinks that carnivore doctors should be jailed. John Baker and Ken Berry. I don't know what he thinks about Dr. Eric Berg. I imagine it's probably not super friendly either. Dr. Ekberg is probably iffy. So Dr. Furman, really, he would want me to have less animal protein as it is. But then there are other people that would want me to have less fruit still or something like that. I don't know. And I'm doing this Chiani thing, so I'm like protein, fat, carb throughout the day, much as possible, having nitric oxide stuff. Chiani Extreme before meals, whenever possible. But anyway, I think that's about the nature of this video. I'm leaning toward the plant eaters more than the animal meat eaters because in terms of longevity, the plant foods are going to be the ticket. Animal foods are there to provide energy for the mind and for the muscles and for our hormones and stuff. That's basically, if we're getting that, we're doing fine. We don't need bucket loads of prime ribs every night. So, all right, leave in thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.